To go along with the factoring that we did last lesson, we're going to build on and we're going to look at something called a difference of squares. We're still creating two brackets, just like we did in the last lesson, that start with an X and end with a number, both of the brackets. But there's specific things we have to look for with these ones. Okay, so how do you find the square root of a number? Square root is this button on the calculator. For a lot of people, you have to press second or shift, and sometimes it's second this button, and the little square root's like on top. So square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 gives you 9. Square root of 25 is 5. Square roots have to be the exact same term. So, because 5 times 5, 5 and 5 are the same number, that's what gives you 25. 3 times 3 gives you 9. Both 3's are the same number. 9 and 1 are factors of 9, but it's not the square root. Then we can get into situations where we have a variable, and you have to think to yourself, well, if there are two x's here, it means the square root was x and x, because x times x would give you x squared. And we can combine both of those things looking at the number, the square root of 4, that would be 2, and the square root of an x squared. If there's two of them here, there's only going to be one of them there. So you can apply the square roots to a bunch of different things, and that's what you have to be able to do for these types of questions when we're factoring. The way we're going to start this is we're going to look at the brackets, and they want us to expand and simplify each pair of binomials. Let's look at these brackets. Tell me about these brackets. They both start with an x, they both end with a 1, and one is positive and one is negative. So if we were to FOIL this, and I'm going to do this real quick, first, x squared outside, negative x inside, positive x, last, negative 1. And then we can put our middle terms together, and we end up getting x squared. What's negative 1 plus 1? That's 0. These cancel out. So even though we started with the 4 pieces, we end with 2 pieces. All right? So for the next one, we're going to FOIL again and see if we see the same thing happen. Notice we've got brackets that are almost identical, except one's positive and one's negative, and then we've got the same number. So let's see if that happens again. So first, outside, inside, last, positive 4 times negative 4 gets you that negative 16. Your last number is always going to be negative on these. And look what happens again in the middle. They're going to cancel out. Negative 4 plus 4, gone. So there is a trend that we need to notice. The x squared is always there, and the last two numbers, multiply them. So positive 4 times negative 4 gives you the negative 16. That's in the answer. The two middle pieces cancel out. That's a really important pattern to recognize. Again, first, whoops, that's backwards. First, outside, inside, last. The ones in the middle, yep, cancel out. One's negative, one's positive. And we're left with x squared and then a negative 25. So what do we notice? Middle terms cancel out. And also, we should notice that last term is always negative.